As you can see, we now have this piece of paper, and what we are going to do is figure out how Monsters Inc., the PIXAR universe, if you buy into that, has predicted the coronavirus. So let's take the word COVID-19. Okay, COVID-19. You might be able to see that. I don't really care if you can't. COVID-19. Okay. Now let's take this thing called Morse code, because as you can see, code has left us with two main forms of communication, neither of which are the basic form of communication. They've left us with two basic forms. I just said that. What they've left us with is wearing masks to talk to each other, trying to barely hear what each other are saying, and they have left us with social media and Instagram and all that garbage. So, we now have two main forms of communication, and it seems like they all involve some kind of numbers. We either have to use the number of money to buy the masks, or we have to have their phone number or their email to talk to them. So it all has to do with numbers. So then let's break down Morse code, right? So Morse code, we have now A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. So, and then this C, it could also mean K. So K or C. But basically now we have this Morse code system, and this is what COVID has left us with, is basically a form of not true communication to work with. So let's take the word COVID and put it into Morse code, since that's what we're basically stuck with at this point. C is the first row, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the first row and the third letter. So that would then be 1 and 3. Okay? Then this would also be, so this is in the first form of communication, this is how you're putting it. So this would be like through the mask, because they can barely understand each other, and usually people that wear masks in shows, they usually have to use Morse code through knocks or number symbols. So O, we would then put in the third and fourth, so it would be 3 and 4. Okay. V would be then 5 would be V, V would be 5 and 1, and then I would be 2 and 4, and then D would be 1 and 4. So then that is COVID. Now, let's add all these numbers together. So 1 plus 3 is 4, 1 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4 equals a total of 11. 11 plus 5 is 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. So that equals with a total of 28. This will get back to this in a minute, because somehow Monsters Inc. predicted this, and this is how I have figured out that they did. So now, let's take in our more simple form of communication, the one that seems more correct and not so misjumbled. Let's just count the letters. Okay, so C, so write COVID again. Alright, so COVID. Alright, C is the third letter. O is the 14th letter. V is the 21st letter. I is the 9th letter. And D is the 4th letter. So then we add all this together, and we end up with a grand total of 51. Check the math yourself. Then we have this symbol here. That looks an awful lot to me like a subtract symbol. So 51 minus 28. Right, because you always put the bigger number first. 51 minus 28 equals 23. Now, drop the 19, and we have a 2319.
2319! We have a 2319!